All right, everybody. I wanted to do the pre-race briefing for the Quarry Shack 5 mile real quick. Hopefully it's quick. If you want the address, it's 1069 Main Street, Vintondale, PA, 15961. Race starts at 6:30. Um, Registration opens at 5:30. Registration closes about 6:15, 6:20 range. That way it gives a couple minutes for the timer to put in any race day entries. Um, You got to be across the mats by 8 p.m. That's an 18-minute pace. The wards would be at 8:05. Um, so I like to keep things moving pretty quick and get you out of there, so you can enjoy the rest of your night after you have a really good time at this race. This is the fourth year for the race. Um, the course is actually 5 miles exactly, 2.5 miles out and back. It starts and finishes at the exact same spot. Um, I went out in the course the other day. The trail is perfect right now. They really did a fantastic job fixing the trail over the last week. They smoothed it out really good. I was very impressed. It was a little rough a couple weeks ago, but everything is perfect right now. There might be a little bit of leaf cover, but all the trees are taking care of the limbs, the potholes and stuff. So it's very smooth and actual very rail trail esque right now. Um, so I'm very happy about that. Um, Before I forget, make sure you have some kind of light device, whether it be a headlamp, waist belt, a flashlight if you're just using your phone. It is going to get dark, even though the race starts at 6:30. So you're gonna have maybe like 10 minutes of light before it actually becomes pitch black on the course. And it will be very dark on the trail. I don't have the course lit up. Um, so you do have to wear your own lighting device. That's why it's a nighttime race. It's about 115 feet of gain the whole way out. Um, just a slight incline. There's no hills or nothing like that. It's just a steady incline. So on the way back, um, you regain all that and you get some free speed. So if you go a little bit harder on the way out, you can use that free speed on the way back to keep them maintain the same pace. And run a little bit easier. So take that into consideration. There's going to be one aid station that's maybe like 50 feet from the turnaround. So you're going to pass that twice within that, um, what is it, like 50 feet range. Um, so please keep all trash to that aid station area. So if you grab a cup as you're running and you go around the turnaround, just please leave it at that aid station as you come back. We'll have water there for you to drink. At the turnaround, there's going to be an inflatable Halloween item there. I think it's a like a big pumpkin, like scary pumpkin looking thing. That's going to be your turnaround. So make sure you go up around there, just like right before it. I'm gonna have like a cone or something right there, for you to go around. It'll say turn around here. Don't go past that inflatable. This year I'm gonna have some lanterns on the bridge on each side, to give it that sort of spooky, Halloween feel. I'm gonna have the Quarry Shack lit up as I usually do. Um, Give it a little spooky, feeling as well. Um, ask you to walk if you're walking. If you're in the walk division, you must walk the entire race to be eligible for awards. There's no running allowed. If you do jog, run, skip, whatever the case may be, um, during the race, please come up and tell us. We're on the honor system here, and we'll move you to the run division out of the walk division because we do have some very competitive walkers and race walkers that are coming to the event. So it's not fair to them if you signed up for the walk. Um, and you run, jog, or skip, whatever the case may be, um, during the race, whether it be 10 yards from the finish line or 10 yards as you start the race or somewhere in between. Just please don't do it. It's just not fair to everybody and it causes issues. And we have in the past DQ'd people because of it. And I've seen it happen at other races as well. Um, we will have water, as I said, at the water stop. There'll be some post-race snacks and some water there. Um, I bought some like cookies and some chips the other day. Uh, we ask no pets to be brought on the course or around the event. not even in the parking lot. We love animals, but not everybody's comfortable around them. And this being a night race, it becomes a trip hazard for anyone around the area. And doesn't matter how friendly your dog is. Once you have a dog or multiple dogs in an event, there's always dogs that bark at each other and bite at each other. So we ask you not to bring any dogs to the event unless it's a service animal, um, and not just any animal, whether it be a cat, dog, chicken, horse, whatever. Just no pets brought on unless it's an actual service animal. Headphones are allowed. Just keep them at a low volume so people can hear you, or you can hear other people, I guess. Be courteous to fellow runners. Um, so if they're calling out to pass you, you could hear them. Strollers are allowed, but we say please have some sort of lighting device on the stroller so people know that, with say if you're wearing a headlamp, they know there's also a stroller. Just make things a little bit safer for everybody. We don't mail awards, so please stick around to receive your award. We encourage everybody to stick around to the finish and to the awards ceremony because um, we want everybody to feel welcomed and accepted in this group/race. Um, so doesn't matter if you're fifth, first, last, somewhere in between. Please come to the finish line when you're done. So if you do finish, like we'll say, like fifth or sixth overall, go grab a snack, change your clothes if you want, and then come hang out at the finish line. Encourage everybody who's still finishing the race. That's one of the big things that I always like to promote is everybody cheering on every single person and everybody hanging out at the finish line, encouraging everybody, just celebrating everybody's accomplishments as they come into the finish line. So, um, again, if you're fifth, sixth, 20th, whatever the case may be, come hang out at the finish line, stay at the finish line, and watch those who are still finishing the race come in and cheer them on. It just gives everybody, a more welcoming feeling, and just brings the community together at an event so much more. And also one of those little things that I always failed to mention is I encourage everybody to talk to um, at least one person new, but I always say at least three people that you haven't met before. Meet somebody new at my race. Um, Everybody who comes to my race is friendly, so go make some new friends, and I encourage everybody to make some new friends at my races. So please do that. I love seeing people talk to each other and hang out and make friends at my races because that's really what it's all about. Um, Let me see. Uh, Remember, there's possibility of children being around or adults with health issues. So um, with this goes without saying, no smoking, no drinking, no drug use, in the parking lot, in your car, at the start line, at the finish line, on the course. Um, just because it's our rules and the rules of the trail. Um, so please just don't do it. We don't want to have to reprimand anybody for it. Um, Especially if it's drug use or anything like that or alcohol use. Just please don't do it. Um, we don't want to have that situation. Um, Whereas other races, it happens and they have to deal with it. I just don't want to have to do that. Um, Whatever you start with, please end with. The only exception is throw trash. It's at the water stop. There, Smiley Miles does the timing and he'll have the results up um, within 24 hours. There's no service in Ventdale, so it can't be immediately after the race. So with that being said, don't expect to have too much service in Ventdale or the immediate area. Um, you have GPS signal, but you won't have like text or, Facebook type service there. The restrooms are about 100 yards away in a building. There is male and female. If you do come early, uh, there's some cool things to see in the area. There's the Eliza Furnace. There's a cool bridge. Um, there's little fountains shooting out of the creek from acid mine drainage. I get whether or not you think that's cool or not, but whatever. It's just a little cool feature. There's an old jail cell and a cool miners memorial about 4/10, 5/10 up on the main branch of Ghost Town Trail. Um, and as I always tell people about my races is it's a race, but I also want you to have an experience as well. So I'm going to have a bunch of arches at the start/finish line for you to take pictures with. There's going to be some other Halloween things to take pictures with. Um, there's going to be decorations along the trail. Nothing in my plans has anybody or anything jumping out at you to scare you, because I don't want nobody to get hurt or have the liability of that. Maybe in future races, but not this year. Um, there might be a little bit of animatronics and some of the decorations, but nothing's going to like come out and grab you or completely scare you. Just pay attention a little bit for those little animatronic things. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Or if you have any special requests, reach out to me. Um, I'm going to attach a little video of the parking situation this year. We do have a little bit more parking because of the sewage um, treatment stuff that they did, like right by the start/finish line. Um, just please be respectful of that as well, because it's not completely solid ground. So please don't, you know, make ruts and stuff like that that we have to clean up. Um, I will have some trail cameras along the course to take pictures of you, and clips. So you should get some cool nighttime pictures and videos um, of you along the course. Just something different. Nobody else does that. I'm the only one that does that, at least within a 200-mile area. So you're gonna get cool trail camera pictures. I will have pictures at the finish line and some clips of you as well. If you want some cool pictures as you're coming into the finish line, what I suggest is you turn your lighting device off, off as you're coming in, say like the last 5-10 yards, so it doesn't make the pictures blurry, or just that, like if you're wearing a headlamp, it makes your head all blurry and stuff like that, because that area, like 10 yards from the finish line, I want to have a bunch of lights there, like floodlights, so it won't be dark there and you actually won't need your headlamp anymore. I know people will forget, but it's just a friendly reminder if you do that. Remember, it is a nighttime race and it is night, but it's on rail trail. So you don't need the strongest headlamp or lighting device possible, um, because again, the trail is smooth. Um, and remember, try not to go more than 2 wide if you're running with people, because the trail's not wide enough. I run into this all the time. People try to go 3-4 wide, and then people try to get around or go past, and they have to actually step off the trail. So please don't go more than 2 wide, and always stay to your right. So as you're heading out, um, stay to the right hand side, and as you're coming back, the right hand side will be the opposite. So you're always crisscrossing each other, both on the right hand side. Um, Anything else? I think that's about it. Just wanted to do that real quick. Remember, registrations opens at 5:30. Race starts at 6:30. Please don't show up at 6:25. I know something happens, like railroad track crossings and there's a train or something like that. Things happen, but just I ask you not to try to plan to come like right at 6:30 or 6:25 when the race is about to start, because I like to do a couple minute um, question/last minute things real quick. But bring a camera, bring a video camera, bring your family, get some pictures at the start and finish line and cheer you on. And watch the last 2 minutes of this video to get the parking situation. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. I know you're going to have a good time. I do my best to give you the best experience on top of a race, and I know you will not be disappointed. All right, so we got some additional parking this year for the Quarry Shack. This is your normal CNI parking lot area, which will fill up first. Since they did that sewage work right up here, as you see, we could use this road and park on either side of it, providing it's not too soupy, so we can park at your own risk. There's the traditional trains car. Registration will be somewhere in this area in here, depending on where I set the tents up the day of. Might have some things set up around in here to take pictures of. Usually I use the train as a backdrop to tie stuff to. Probably will again this year, take pictures of. And this year, the start line will be, see that blue, let me see if I can get my finger up there. That blue sign up there, the Ghost Town Trail, that's exactly where the start line will be, right on the other side of the gate. The gate is supposed to be unlocked and open for Saturday, but we're going to be on the other side just in case it's not. There'll be plenty of room for people. I just biked it. It's exactly 5 miles. So it's 2.5 where I have the turnaround at. Again, I'll probably have some stuff along the train or in this general area, like those arches that I showed you earlier. Take pictures of, take plenty of pictures. Again, we could use, well, this year, since there's no gate going down, we're going to use parking on both sides here of that other road. Make sure everybody has room. Now the bathrooms, as always, you have to go, see that white car, you have to follow it up the road about 1/10 to the Eliza Furnace bathrooms, so plan accordingly. That should be about it for here to show you this year. This is pretty solid as I'm walking across. As long as we don't put big ruts in it, nobody's gonna bitch.